Hi, my name is Jill Brown and I am one of the instructors here at the Wabash County YMCA. Today I want to do a tutorial on some Taekwondo kicks and strikes that'll help you with your workouts. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure you're on a surface that you're not going to slip on. The other piece is, if you're unsure of your balance, especially with the kicks, make sure you're near a wall that you can hold on to or just kind of help with your balance, okay? So the first move I'm going to demonstrate is a front kick, and this is a kick I would say is your basic level kick, so a level 1 in terms of workout. Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate it and I'm going to go over it a little bit. So a front kick, I'm simply going to bring my guard up, my knee comes up, I'm going to kick out, back, down. Okay, I'm going to show you from the side so you can see what's going on. My guard is up, front kick, my knee comes out, and back down. So what's really important on this kick is where you're kicking with that foot. So I want to make sure you're kicking with the ball of your foot. So if you can see, simply pulling up your heel off the floor allows you to feel that ball of that foot. That's where we're going to kick on that one. Okay? Let's go to a level 2 kick. So we're going to do a round kick. So this is a little bit more difficult, more challenging. So let me just demonstrate this kick and then I'll go over the mechanics of it. So I'm going to actually look this direction and I'm going to perform a round kick. So my guard is up again. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side, guard is up, and I'm going to round kick. Okay, let me explain this kick a little bit. So what's really important with this kick is that you pivot with that base foot. So that usually happens at the same time. Now that can be a little tricky. So what I always tell my students is to step first and then pick up that leg and kick. Okay? So let me show it to you this way. So you're going to step and you're going to bring that leg up and you're going to kick. So really important is the knee placement in this kick. So when I pick up my leg, I'm going to be bringing that foot back. So kicking almost like your heel's going into your glute. And that is a round kick, okay? Now I'm going to demonstrate a side kick. And this is a harder kick just because of where your knee needs to be. So let me demonstrate it and I'll go over it a little bit. So your guard is going to come up. I'm going to kick this way. And I'm going to bring my knee in, kick, and back down. Let me go to the front here. Guard is up. We're going to kick and back down. So the first thing with this kick, you'll notice, I'm going to pull my toes back. I am kicking with the heel of my foot, okay? And I'm also pivoting. So the same thing with that round kick. You want to make sure you step, you bring your leg up, and the knee comes in, out, back down, and straight down. That's where that makes it much more difficult, is that knee actually has to come in. And this is where the power comes from that side kick, is that knee cutting kind of tucked in and then exploding out. So those are the 3 kicks we generally use in our workout. And now I'm going to go on to some common strikes. All right, for our strikes, I want to show you your hands. So it's really important. I'm going to pull up my shirt a little bit so you can see what's going on. So if you've never punched before, what's really important is that your fingers are going to roll in and your thumb is going to be on the outside. So that's really important. And you're going to imagine that you have a bar through your wrist. So for all the strikes I'm going to demonstrate, you are not going to move your wrist. It's really important for safety. The other piece I want you to think about is you're always going to punch with the 2 front knuckles. So that's really important for safety, that you're punching with those 2 front knuckles, okay? So our fingers roll in, our thumbs are on top, our wrists don't move, and we're punching with those 2 front knuckles. So I'm just gonna show you simple punches. So you can get nice and stable, and your guard is up. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you an alternating punch. So what you'll see is that I'm gonna go straight forward, and I'm gonna hit with those 2 front knuckles. My guard comes back every single time, okay? So let me show you a variation of that, and that's if you're in a fighting stance. We're gonna call it a jab. So the first arm, and the leg that's out, the arm that's out, that is your jab. So you're gonna jab right here. And then I'm gonna do a cross. And what you're gonna see, I'm gonna actually pivot on that cross, and I'm gonna come back, okay? So I've got a jab and a cross. And if I switch to the other side, whatever leg is in front, that is my jab arm. So jab and cross. And you'll see my guard is coming up and I'm gonna go straight forward. So on all of your movements, make sure you are picking an imaginary target in front of you, whether that's the face or the solar plex A groin, a knee, and an ankle can also be targets, especially if you're doing kicks. They don't have to be high. All right, so let me show you another movement. I'm gonna demonstrate a hook, okay? So a hook is gonna come around to the side of the head, okay? So my guard is up, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna go through my target, okay? So you'll notice there's a lot going on. I'm pivoting, I'm moving. So let me break that down. Okay, so when I come around with that hook, my palm is facing the ground. That way I'm hitting with those two front knuckles and making contact. So I'm gonna come all the way around and I'm gonna go through my target, okay? And I'm pivoting with that leg. So the same thing's gonna happen on the other side. I'm going to pivot, okay? So right here, these are your hooks. You'll see how my arm is parallel to the ground. Right here, my guard comes up each time, okay? So those are your hooks. Let me show you uppercuts. So similar things are going on with the legs. You're gonna pivot with an uppercut. So your guard is in, tucked, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna come in to your opponent. So if you see, I'm gonna go into my opponent, and then I'm coming back. So I'm gonna pivot again, coming in and back. So if you're doing bag work, this is how you kind of wanna go into your bag. If you're working out and you catch yourself going up, it's okay, just don't hit yourself in the face, okay? So for teaching purposes, I teach to go into the body, and you'll see each time guard comes up, okay? And always slow down the movement. You don't have to worry about speeding it up if it's brand new. Slow it down, and as you get more comfortable with it, then you speed it up and you work on that power and speed for those techniques.